we'll move on to the next topic. So till now we already studied relational model concepts, relational model constraints and relational database schemas. So now let us move on to the next topic, that is update operation, transaction and dealing with constraints violations. So in that topic we come across, first thing is insert operation, delete operation and update operation. Statement is different, operation is different. Okay. So the question may ask like this, explain the insert, delete and update operation with examples. So insert operation provides a list of attribute values for a new tuple T that is to be inserted into a relation R. That means if you have created a table, you have to insert the values. So insert operation means we are entering some values for the tuple, that is the values which we want to enter into the table. So that we call it as an insert operation. So example, insert into employee values. Once if we have created the table, then if we want to insert any values, we are going to write like this, the command insert into employee values. What values we have to enter? The order in which the attribute you have given, that is name, that is first name, middle initial, last name and register number, date of birth, place, this is sex, that is the gender, and ID, branch or the subject code. Okay, like this. How the in which order you have created a table, in that order you are going to enter the details. So this we call it as an insert operation. So we inserted the values to the employee table. So next operation is delete operation. So you know the delete operation, just if you want to delete one of the details from the table, then we use this operation. So delete the works on tuple with employee number and project number. So they have to delete this employee number. That means the employee number is this particular details we have to delete. So we are going to write like this, delete the works on tuple in the works on. Okay, this is a table which we created works on. So in this, the tuple, that is the row with employee number, with this employee number we have to delete and the project number is 10. So this details where we find that entire row should be deleted. The tuple is nothing but row. So this particular details we are going to delete. So this is how the delete operation performs. Next, update operation. So update operation is nothing but the modify operation also we call. Update means we are changing some information which we are altering. Okay, so this is used to change the values of one or more attributes in a tuple. So that means in a row, one or more values if we want to change. For example, we need to change some this one salary and their place, change of address. So if you want to change like that, we are going to make use of this update operation. So here we have taken an example, update the salary of the employee tuple with employee number. So this is employee number to 28,000. That means they need to change the salary details. So in which table? Update the salary of the employee. Okay, this is the salary, it is an attribute, okay, of the employee. This is the employee table. Tuple with which row? With employee number so much. So this employee number's salary should be updated to 28,000. So this is how update operation performs. Next, we'll see on to the next topic. Till now we studied the insert, delete, update operation. How does it performs and why we use. So next we'll move on to update operations and dealing with constraints violations. That means the conditions. To use these operations. What are the conditions and which conditions it should not exceed? Okay, first is the insert operation. So here the question may asked like this: explain with example the different constraints that are violated during insert, update and delete operation. That means while we are doing this operation, we should take care that some of the condition it should satisfy. It should not violate. That means it should not mislead. Okay, that means if we went wrong, then we cannot delete or we cannot update or we cannot insert any values. Okay, there is some conditions. It should satisfy that conditions, then only we can insert or update and delete the tuples. So the first, let us see, that is the insert operation. So in the insert operation, we have 4 conditions. It has to satisfy 4 conditions. That is, an insert operation provides a list of attributes, values for a new tuple T that is to be inserted into a relation R. Relation R is nothing but the table name. We already learned the relation. Insert can violate any of the 4 types of constants. So insert, while we are inserting, it may violate. That means it may fail to satisfy these conditions. So that type of conditions are: domain constraints can be violated if an attribute value is given that does not appear in the corresponding domain. Domain means what? The value which we entered in the table. Okay, the domain constraints can be violated if an attribute value is given that does not appear. That means if I want to find some name in the employee table, so the name which I found, it should be present in the table. Okay, then only it is going to find. If whatever the name I have given, if that name doesn't exist in the table, then it cannot find that details. Okay, so that while we are checking for the domain constraints, domain means the value which we are finding, first it should be present in the table. Okay, so that is one of the condition. Next, second, key constraints can be violated if a key value in the new tuple T already exists in another tuple in the relation R. That is the key constraints. Key constraints means primary key, foreign key. That. So for this example, if you are giving some value as a key constraints, that is register number or anything which already exists, and if you are trying to give that value again, then that condition will be failed. So at that time it will not take the value because the value already exists in the table. For that example, you take as an employee ID. Already employee ID will be present, and if you are trying to give again the same employee ID, then it is going to violate the key constraints. Next is entity integrity can be violated if the primary key of the new tuple T is null. So entity integrity means the name of a table. Okay, it can violate because the primary key, if the primary key is null, then it is not going to accept. Okay, the primary key cannot be null. Got it? Next, referential integrity. Referential integrity can be violated if the value of any foreign key in T refers to a tuple that does not exist in the referenced relation. So that means referential integrity means it is nothing but the foreign key which we have referred some table to the other table. Okay, this type of cases, so the main table, the value, if it does not contain, then how the foreign key will be existing? Or for example, while we have already the values, okay, that is in the main table as well as the referenced table. So while we are referring that particular tuple should be present. If not, it is going to violate the referential integrity. That is the foreign key. So these are the 4 constraints. For that examples we have given here. Okay, first example, what we have insert. We have inserted some values for the employee table. So in this example, what happened? This insertion violates the entity integrity constraints. Here it is violating the entity integrity because the primary key is null. Here the employee ID is null. Insert name, middle initial, last name, your employee ID. Your employee ID is null. So if this is null, then it is a not accepting, because null for the primary key employee number, it is violating the value, so the particular value will not be inserted. So it is rejected. So next let us see the other example. So here we have given some details. So in this insertion violates the key constraints because another tuple with the same employee value already exists in the employee relation, and so it is rejected. So this employee ID which we are taken, okay, this already exists, the primary key, this already employee ID is already exist, so it is not taking this values for the insertion, okay, because the primary key should be unique. Here it was null, so if the value is null, then it is not taking this value. These values are not inserted. Okay, you will get an error. And in the same way here already this employee details is already present. Okay, so this employee number is repeated, so it is not taking. Next example. Here we have taken some details, we have inserted values. So in this insertion violates the referential integrity constraint specified on department number because no department tuple exists with department number 7. So this is the referential integrity constraint violation. That means, see, in the department table there exists a department number, but when we referred that, okay, at that time the department number 7, it is not at all present. Okay, we are referring to the table is present, but in the table the value is not present. Okay, the value is not existing. Here we specified the department number by giving all the values to insert, but while we are inserting, we have referred this department, no, so at that time it is going to check, but in the department table there doesn't exist the department number 7. So this violates the referential integrity. Next, in this example, insertion satisfy all constraints, so it is acceptable. That means here we have taken one of the possible examples so that the value is correctly inserted. So while we are inserting the values, you should be very careful. We should not violate these constraints. Next we'll move on to the next topic, the delete operation. So the delete operation we use only to delete the details which we doesn't require. So here the conditions, what are the conditions to delete the tuples or the tables? Delete operation can violate only referential integrity if the tuple being deleted is referenced by the foreign key from other tuples in the database. To specify deletion, a condition on the attributes of the relation selects the tuple to be deleted. The meaning of this is, while we delete, we should be careful because sometimes we are going to refer one table to another table. We use the foreign key, that is the referential key. So we should be careful before we delete. Okay, the examples we'll see. Delete the works on tuple with employee number so much and the project number 10. So we have specified correctly the details, so this particular detail, the row will be deleted. This deletion is acceptable. Next, delete the employee tuple with employee number so much. This deletion is not acceptable because the tuples in works on. Why this is not, deletion is not accepting? Because the tuple in works on is another table. Refer to this tuple. Employee table and works on table both are referred. That means from employee table we have referenced the works on table. Okay, in this. So here directly we are not able to delete the employee details. Hence, if the tuple is deleted, referential integrity violations will result. So for example, by chance if you want to delete, then in employee table you will delete this employee details, this particular ID details you will delete. But for this employee number we have referenced in the works on table. So there we cannot update the information. So it will violate the referential integrity constraints. Next example, delete the employee tuple with employee number, so much. So we have deleted the employee number with this. This deletion will result in even worse referential integrity violations because the tuple involved is referenced by tuples from the employee, department, works on and dependent relation. That means this whatever the employee number we are trying to delete, this employee table is referred to other tables, that is department, works on and dependent table. So if one detail is reference to all the other table, then it is not possible to delete the information. So we have to take care before the deleting, because some of the conditions should be satisfied to delete any of the details. Next operation is the update operation. So I told you that before itself, the update operation is just we are going to modify. So before modifying, we have to take care some of the conditions. In that, the first one, let us directly will move on to the example. Update the salary of employee tuple with employee number so much to 28,000. Just we have to update this information. We have to change the salary of the employee of this employee ID. So this is acceptable. Next we have updated the department number of the employee tuple. In the employee table, one of the row, that is the employee number so much to 1. We are changing the department number. So even this is acceptable. Next, update the department number of the employee tuple with employee number so much to 7. We specify here to 7. This is not possible because it violates the referential integrity. So the department number we have referred, but this department number may not exist. So at that time the modification may not possible. Next, update the employee number of the employee tuple with employee number so much to so much. We are changing here the employee ID itself. So this is not acceptable because it violates primary key and referential integrity constraints. That is, the primary key should be unique and we are not able to change, because for each ID the details will be the different. Okay, here just if we change employee ID, we cannot keep the same details for this person's. Okay, we cannot change the register number for another person and keep the details of the student the same. So at that time it will violate the primary key and referential integrity constraints. So here the main thing is, these topics whatever we study is to understand, is it possible or easy to delete or insert and modify. So while we perform these operations, we have to keep in mind few things, from which table to which table we have referred and which attribute is referred. Is it possible to delete? Is it possible to modify? Because simply if you want to delete any of the information, if you write the queries, it is not possible because it should satisfy some of the conditions. So before you perform these operations, you people take care of this condition. The constraints is nothing but the conditions. It has to satisfy the conditions. So this is how we perform the basic operations in DBMS.